Hello. So I thought I would discuss about two things. So the first one is background. So if you'll notice, I have a new background. So there's two ways that you can sign it, and it depends on what it means. Like in this example, this would be behind me, right? Behind me or behind me, like the backyard, behind me, and then I've got a curtain. So my background. So how do you like it? I think you can see me more clearly because the wall behind me is kind of a light pink. Anyway, and the second way to do background is BG on our hand right here. Remember, this is our piece of paper or stone, so it's BG. BG. And that's the kind of background that's like, what is your background? So as opposed to the background that you see, or, tell me about your background, or what is your background in, a specific area, or where you're from, or whatever. So that's background. So it's a little bit different. I would not use it for I would not use this background. I would use background because it's behind me, right? And you can see it. So the second topic that I wanted to discuss is this, there was this article, and I can't remember the name of the newspaper, but it was about someone who was visiting Italy, and they went to the art museum, and they were taking a selfie. I'm going to give you, I think, a couple of signs for selfie, or 3 signs for selfie. So, and so then I'll tell you about what they were doing in the selfie. So you hold up the camera, and you know how you click that little dot? So you can hold it up and do selfie, but look at the camera, selfie. Or since this is the sign for camera, I've also seen you're holding that camera up and you're doing this, and you're still looking at it, right? So that's selfie. And then another one is because of the flash. So be selfie, the flash towards yourself. So we have 3 signs for selfie. So let's do it again. Selfie, because you're clicking that button on the bottom. Selfie, because this is the sign for picture. Or selfie, because it's the flash. So either one. And it doesn't mean that you're using the flash when you do selfie. That's just a sign for selfie because it does flash. Like a camera. Sometimes you use that little light bulb, and sometimes you don't. So we have 3 signs for selfie. So, and I don't know, I don't use it enough to know which one I would like the best. But you experiment, and experiment. Like, you remember biology and chemistry, you experiment. You experiment and find out which one you feel more comfortable or you like the best. And I don't know, like, which area is more prominent. I just don't see it enough, that sign for selfie or selfie or selfie. I think I would catch all 3 of them if whatever they did. So anyway, there was someone that was visiting Italy there at the art museum, and they were in front of this famous painting, not painting like a house painter or painting your living room, because that's like you're holding a roller and you're going up and down, but this is painting like it's on canvas, on a painting, and they were trying to do the pose of that famous painting, and they were taking a selfie, right? Selfie, whatever they were doing, and they fell into the painting, and they damaged it, and they showed a picture, and like on this bottom corner of it's torn. It's like a tear and a hole. Punch a hole in it. It tore right there in that bottom corner. And so you use different classifiers to show, like, if it was this corner or that corner, this corner. It was a bottom corner. And I don't think they specified if it was the bottom right or if it was the bottom left. So I don't know. But you could just go, oh, and it, when it tore, or it it tore. You could do different classifiers on how you decide how you want to show that and what's more accurate or more clear or is showing. Like if you saw that picture, then you can go, oh, I'm going to try to copy that with my hands, like, oh, right? It tore. Something like that. So the police immediately was able to get them, and then they, charge them with something, and of course they, it's going to cost them really an expensive amount of money. So now in that art museum, they're not allowing anyone to take a selfie. And so it's kind of dangerous where we have gotten where we are doing so many selfies all the time because we want to show people that where we're going, what we're doing, and we post it, and I still do post it. And you could, because this is more like a vlog, like my YouTube channel is more like a vlog, I guess. And so they want to post it on Instagram or Facebook, what they're doing or where they're going. But we do it so much that now we're kind of, it's dangerous. Maybe for us, because maybe we put ourselves like in a dangerous situation. Like, for example, a few years ago, I went to the Grand, and I don't have a sign for Grand Canyon, so I'm going to spell it because it is a noun, a proper noun. And when you go there, on the edge, there is no fence. So I walked to it and I kind of looked down, and then I turned around and wanted to have a selfie, but someone said, oh, I see that you're alone. I'll take your picture for you. I go, oh, thank you. And I made sure that I was not too close to that edge because I didn't want to fall, because seriously, there is no fence. There's nothing to stop you from falling. So we have to be careful whenever we kind of pose and we want to get, like a close enough or whatever picture that we're not, destroying something, hurting ourselves or hurting other things, like that painting. I know they had like one of those cloths, but and I'm sure they don't want to put it behind like glass or plastic, because then that the light glare, you can't see it clearly, and they want people to see like the brush stroke, so they can see whatever, because that's interesting to an art student or an artist or an art critic. And you could say critic because that's criticized. I put a big X on your hand. So I would do an art critic because they want to look at it. But they've damaged this famous painting. That person is dead. I think it was painted in 1765 or the 1700s anyway. So they can't, do it again. And how are they going to fix it? I don't know. They're going to have some art professional come in and try to fix it, but it's going to be permanently damaged. And so that person has to pay. You could say pay or pay out of their pocket, right? Where you've got your pocket here, you're taking money out of it and you're putting it this way, you pay. So they have to pay for that damage. Anyway, so we have two signs or two different subjects. Background, selfie, selfie. Practice with your friends. I will see you later. Bye.